Hi everybody, I'm Cassandra from the blog Craft to Believe After, and as always I am super excited to be chatting to you guys today. Now today is going to be another very random video with all sorts of interesting things, but I think let's just kick it off with the project that I've been working on this week. Now this was actually a bunny that I saw on my friend Caroline over at For the Love of Crochet. She is the bunny girl. She's been making tons and tons of bunnies. And on a fairly recent video she showed this adorable baby cakes bunny. Now this is a little bunny that's in a swaddle blanket, and I'll take him out of his little blankie now. Just look at that, and I will tell you about this beautiful yarn that I have been working with. Now let me just show you this bunny. Now the bunny, actually the pattern is called Baby Cakes Bunny, but as always I can never remember the designer's name, so I'll pop the name on the screen somewhere, and I will also have the Etsy pattern listed in the description box. But this is basically what the little bunny looks like. So just look at all of this adorableness. Now this yarn, these little stripes that you see here, this yarn has got a sort of a marbled effect. So all throughout the bunny there's these little darker spots that you can see. So cute little legs, a little tail. Now this bunny does actually come with like various outfit choices. It comes with a little neck frill thing, and it comes with a little overall and a dress. But once I completed the bunny and I made this little swaddle blanket. Now let me just open up this little blanket so that you can see what it looks like. It's a beautiful color. Look at that fuzz. So this is the little blanket. So once I did the blanket and I put the bunny in, and I will quickly put the bunny back inside, and I hope I can close up this little blanket again, because it does have a specific way in which you fold it. So this is what it's a fairly sizable blanket, but I think I maybe made the size a little big. But then you sort of you fold your bunny into it, and you pull this one part to the side, and then you've got a little loop, and you work on a button. So let me just close it up. It's not entirely correct, you guys. So there we go. So there's the little bunny back in the blanket. But when I completed the blanket and I put my little bunny back into it, I actually didn't want to put an outfit on the bunny. So I'm not sure if I'm going to add a bunny or not. I honestly love the little bunny just like that in its little blankie. So this is little Baby Cakes bunny, super adorable pattern. I think I did the pattern sometime last year with, I think, one of the outfits. I can't remember. I know I didn't do the blanket, and I really wanted to do the little swaddle blanket, and it is so cute. Now the yarn I worked with was actually a gift from Caroline. She sent me some Happy Mail, a Hobby Lobby Happy Mail last year. So for the bunny I used this. Now on screen it looks very white, but it is actually a very pale blue, and once it's worked up you can actually see, well, maybe, I don't know if you can see it, but you can see the color a bit better once it's worked up. But it is called Baby Bee Sweet Delight Bear Blue Marbled. So there you go, that's the name of the yarn, and it is let me just give you some stats on it. 60% acrylic, 40% polyamide, a light 3. Now I really do enjoy working with a DK weight or thinner weight yarns. I prefer like a fingering weight yarn, but a DK weight. For this one I used a 2.5 millimeter. No, I'm lying. I used a 3 millimeter on this one. Even though I probably could have comfortably gotten away with doing a 2.5 millimeter, on this bunny I did do a 3 millimeter hook. although it recommends what does it recommend? 4.5 millimeter. So for amigurumi, always go down a few sizes. So for this one, I did go down to a 3 millimeter, but as I say, I could have easily gone down to a 2.5 millimeter. But isn't this bunny adorable? I absolutely love it. So that was the yarn that I made the actual bunny with. Now this fuzzy yarn, let me tell you guys, although I didn't find it difficult to work with. Now this is what this fuzzy yarn is. So baby bee, baby Lulu, what is this color called? Is there a color on it? Oh, it's just called baby blue, number 400. The color on this blue marbled one, I think, is just called Bare Blue Marbled 401. This yarn, now you can see, I don't know if you can see, let me see if the camera will focus it. It is extremely fuzzy. It's got these little loose fuzz balls all over it. And although it's not difficult to work with, you cannot frog this yarn. So if you make a mistake, and I started originally, I wanted to make my bunny in this yarn. So I actually started this bunny twice. Twice I made a mistake on the legs. I couldn't pull it back, you guys. It's like it molds. Once you make a stitch, that's it. That stitch is there to stay. It's not going anywhere. So I twice tried to frog with this yarn. I couldn't do it. I broke my yarn both times. It does not frog at all. It like melts. I don't know, these little fuzz pieces. It like melts onto each other and you cannot frog it. So I thought I really, really want to use this yarn. And for just this little blanket, which is a bunch of rows back and forth, no counting, no, not doing anything strange. I was actually very, very careful when I made this blanket to make sure that I didn't skip a stitch or lose a stitch or do something strange, because I knew from losing 2 pairs of bunny legs, I knew that I could not frog this yarn. So it's not difficult to see, like you don't struggle to see your stitches when you work with it. Works really, really nicely. But just know that if you ever use this for amigurumi, you cannot frog this yarn. So this was the only thing that I found with this one. But a beautiful soft yarn. It is so, so soft, you guys. I absolutely love it. So this was my little baby cakes bunny, my first project for this week. Now actually, although I've been working on a few other projects, I don't have any really completed projects that I want to show you guys now. But what I did want to show you, so there's 2 more things coming up. The one thing was on a recent video from Julie over at KS Mom Crochets. She does this lovely featured photos Friday video. And one of our yarn friends, Chantal, she actually had the suggestion of we should send in photos of what our first project, our first amigurumi looked like. Just to show that, you know, it does take a lot of practice to get to a certain level of making amigurumi projects, crochet, whatever, garments, whatever it is that you do. Crochet takes a lot of practice. Now, I want to show you guys my first amigurumi, and I did a whole video on it last year, so I'm not going to go into a massive amount of detail, but it was so much fun. When I actually heard that, you know, Julie mentioned it would be nice for a lot of us to see each other's first projects, just to sort of motivate each other. And you know that with practice, I mean, the saying says practice makes perfect, and this is honestly what I found. Now let me show you quickly my very first amigurumi, and it was this big. I'm gonna get it nice and close so that you can see what this poor thing looks like. So this was a pattern by Sharon Oyala. I watched a ton of her YouTube videos when I just started learning. Now I only started learning to crochet at the ripe old age of 35. So about 10 years ago, that is when I first in my life picked up a crochet hook. At 35, I found this video by Sharon Oyala. There wasn't a lot of YouTube videos available back then, but she is a fantastic tutor. And I made this bunny. I couldn't read. I didn't know what was what. I couldn't read one single instruction from a pattern. I didn't know what anything meant. I didn't know about yarn sizes. I didn't know that you get wool and acrylic and all sorts of different things. In South Africa, we in Afrikaans, we actually only have one word. We call it wol, which translates to wool. So in South Africa, we don't distinguish between, oh, I'm using an acrylic, or I'm using a cotton, or I'm using a wool, or whatever. We call everything wol. So I did not know there were differences. You know, I went to the shop, I bought a bunch of nice colors. This was one of the colors, and I made this little pig. Now, as you can see, she's looking a little rough. Her little snout is completely skew. The other thing is she's worked inside out. I didn't realize when I followed the video that there was a right side and a wrong side to amigurumi. I was so chuffed that I could manage the stitches. So she's inside out. If you look at her bottom part where you start decreasing to close up, she has got some gaps. This poor girl, I mean, I couldn't do decreases. So where you decreased at the bottom to close the body, attaching the legs, I couldn't do a magic ring. Obviously at that point I'd never even heard of it. So if you look at the feet, nice big gaps where you start with chain 2 and then you work all your stitches into that second chain. So everywhere where I started is nice big holes. So this was my very first amigurumi, and I'm so proud of her. I'm glad I kept her all of these years. And then last year, with 9 years of experience in amigurumi, I remade this little pig again. So this was interesting, and that's why I so enjoyed hearing when Julie said, you know, there was a suggestion to show our first projects, because it just takes practice. So anyone who wants to try amigurumi, do not be afraid, you guys. You can do it. If I could learn amigurumi at 35, so can you. So this is the difference. Let me just see if I can get it to focus. My very first amigurumi. And then 9 years later. So there you have it, you guys. I thought that was so interesting. So I hope I get to see some more first projects. So anyone, like if you want to share to Julie's video, I will link that video that Julie mentioned it at. If you want to send us some photos, let's see, let's motivate and inspire all those of us who have always wanted to try it and have always been too afraid. We all had to start somewhere. So all I want to say is, you guys, you can do it. The very last part of this video. Now, those of you who have been following me for a while, you know that I like a good challenge, a good experiment. I like trying new things. I like doing all sorts of weird and interesting and wonderful things with amigurumi. Now, yesterday, on Saturday the 11th of February, we went, it was a beautiful day, so we were just out and about for a bit. We went to IKEA, then we went to an electronic shop that we really like going to, and in that same area is a toy shop. Now, you guys, I love toys. I love it. No matter where we are, if a toy shop is close by, I will go in and have a look around. So what I found yesterday, which I thought would be interesting. Now, you would know that at the end of last year, I recreated a Lego minifigure, and I will link that video down below as well for those of you guys who haven't seen it. So I took one of those packets of Lego minifigures that you get. You don't know what's inside, so it's a mystery. And then I made an amigurumi based on the Lego minifigure that I got. So yesterday, when we were in the toy shop, I saw some mystery toy bags that I thought would be such fun to open and try and recreate on the channel. And I will show you guys what I got. The first thing that was on special, it was on a sale, and this is why I picked it up, are these Lego bags that features the Super Mario characters. So I picked up 2 of these boxes. So you don't know what's in them. It's a mystery. It could be any of the little characters that you see on this box. So I thought this would be fun because I really enjoyed that Lego minifigure challenge I did last year. So I thought definitely I want to do another type of a Lego make. Then on my way to the checkout, I found these little blind bags. Now you guys, it is called Tum Tum. I don't know how to explain Tum Tums. I'm not familiar with it at all. I've heard the words. I've seen it here and there on various toy channels or toy shops or on ads on YouTube, but no one in our house has ever had a Tum Tum. So I will try and put a photo in because I cannot explain it. It's like little soft toys in the shape of a loaf of bread that's a character from Disney. I don't know how to explain it, you guys. Now this is way too small. You will not be able to see. But anyway, I don't know why I'm showing you this because you will... I mean, I cannot make out which characters are on here. I can see a Minnie Mouse and that's about it. The others, I don't know what they are. But anyway, I thought it would be interesting because these are soft toy. It's like little mini plushy type things, and I thought it's an easy shape. It's like in the shape, as I said, of a little loaf of bread. And then it's based on a character. And we all love Disney. I love Disney. I thought this would be a fun one to try and recreate. So whatever is in here, I don't know. It's some or other Disney based little bread loaf plushie. I thought this would also be an interesting one to try and recreate. Now what I want from you guys, although I'm going to obviously do all of these packs at one point, which one of these do you guys think I should start with? The Lego one, so I will choose, depending on who you guys vote for, I will recreate one of this Tum Tum, whatever's inside. So I don't know what's inside these packs. They're blind bags. So either it's going to be a Super Mario character or it's going to be a Disney loaf of bread. I don't know what you would call it. But let me know which one of these two you guys vote for. So whatever one gets the most votes, I'll tally it up like in a week's time. Oh, I'll give a few days to count the votes, and then I'll open one of these, and that will be one of my next projects. So I'm super excited. I like these mystery make things. So I really, really enjoyed the Lego one last year, and I want to do a few more of them throughout the year. Obviously, I've got now already 4 packs, so depending on when I go to the toy store again, I'll probably pick up something else. Who knows, you guys? It is always a mystery with me. You never know what's going to pop up. All right, friends, that is it for this week. Now, just a quick reminder, if you are joining myself and my friend Caroline over at For the Love of Crochet for Hooking Up with Books, we are ending our book for this month on the 15th of February. So from the 15th of January up until the 15th of February, we've been reading The Murder of Roger Ackroyd, and then we make a crochet item based on the book. Now, a lot of you have joined in just to be part of the book club. You read the books with us. That's fantastic. If you maybe decided to do a project, you can still email us your project. I now have received an adorable photo from Cheryl over at Curly Moose Crochet. I will put that in my video when I do my reveal of my project on the 15th of February. I'm super excited for it. I'll also link Caroline's video, and then we'll be starting our next book, but I will chat about that on the 15th. All right, you guys, that's it. That is what I had to chat to you about for this week. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Let me know what you're working on. Remember to put your votes in. Which one of the mystery items am I going to make first? All right, you guys, as always, thank you for hanging out with me. I hope you have a fantastic week ahead. I hope you had a fantastic weekend. As always, stay safe, stay crafty, and I will talk to you really, really soon.